Welcome back to Cricket Today, and today, lads, we've got a special sort of episode where we're going to rank our 10 best Australian cricket players of all time. We're going to go from 10 to 1.
Yep.
Obviously, we might have these in different order, so there could be some arguments, there could be some disagreements.
There will be some arguments.
Let's see who we got. We'll start off with number 10, and we'll go over to you, Stats Guy.
All right.
Who is your number 10?
I didn't like putting him last on my list because he's probably one of my favourites of all time. But Adam Gilchrist. If we're looking at the greats, I'm putting him number 10. I don't think his averages and things like that stack up to some of the greats of the game.
Adam Gilchrist at 10.
Yep. I think that's pretty good.
I don't think it's outrageous.
He's probably happy to sneak into the top 10, I'd say. So I'm going to
that's a little bit outrageous.
No, he's a legend of the game, but I'm putting him 10.
It's so fine,
That's ridiculous.
but between these players.
That's my point. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't mind that.
All right. What do you?
Your
what do you
opinion's
get, Leo?
wrong.
Okay.
No recency biased here. Steve Smith at 10. Obviously,
Okay.
a fantastic
Oh, you
player.
probably got him in top 3.
no, I haven't got it now.
Fantastic player, but I think at the end of the day, when it comes to cricketing ability and icons, I think when you think of icons, we're not
Yeah.
thinking of Steve Smith just yet.
One of the best
Will we
averages
think-
of all time.
but
Will we-
do you think of him as an icon though? Like
In 20 years, will we be talking about Steve Smith the same way we talk about Tom
since
Smith?
Yeah, absolutely. But like, it's not there now. Like, I don't know. I still think that there's 9 ahead of him that have that legend status.
Yeah, I agree.
Probably doesn't help that he's still playing, because if he's not playing, then
That's my point. It's like sort of the LeBron in the NBA. People can call him the GOAT. And I think Steve Smith's one of the best. I have him way higher, but we'll just have to talk about that later.
interesting.
Well, just for my 10,
Yeah.
we've all got different players.
Yeah, this is going to be a weird list.
I've got Alan Border.
Oh, that's stiff, I reckon.
Alan Border 10.
AB.
No,
He was a
I
great
don't mind
leader. He was a great player as well, don't get me wrong. But I just think the players ahead of him were just that little bit much like decided games.
Okay.
that.
Okay.
I rate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we got next? Number 9.
Number 9.
I'll start. Greg Chappell. It's a bit stiff as well. I think this list,
No,
I
I don't
could have
mind
changed
it.
this list so many different ways, but I think he has a worse off batting average. I compared him with Alan Border because I thought they were really close on my list.
Yeah.
He was an absolute star of the game and still is to talk about. Great analysis by him and stuff like that. But yeah, he's just in that 9 spot because I think some people have better averages than him. That's what I've simply gone off.
I thought the top 5 was like nailed on, but
Yeah.
like
Nah, it's not. It's,
not.
so hard, this
Yeah.
list.
I thought the top 5 was easy, and then 6 to 10 you sort of can mix around.
I think it's all tough. Like,
Yeah.
I honestly did this based off vibes more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Same.
they're just all so close. It's more maybe personal bias comes into it. But
Yeah.
Who you got bringing in the vibes at number 9?
Gilly.
Oh.
So
That is a joke.
Why? How high has he got Gilly?
I've
That's a joke.
This is a fun little fact. Named my dog after Adam Gilchrist. That's how much I loved him.
Really?
Yeah.
And you put him
he
at
was
your
named
9?
Gilly.
You put him 9?
I put him 9. Yeah. Look, I think at the end of the day, the people above him, like, it's just similar to Smith. I just think they're a bit more of like an icon, legend status. Like, I just think of like Steve Waugh being more of a legend than Adam Gilchrist. Like, I don't know. That's just me looking back. I didn't see much of them play growing up.
Of course, yeah.
So I'm basing it off how people are perceiving them, and I think he's perceived more as a legend.
That's guy might have seen a fair bit of him. because-
I'm only a couple of years.
No, you're like-
Gilly, yeah.
you-
You're talking about Gilly still,
yeah, and War. You're about 50.
I don't. Okay, I'm only a couple of years older than you.
You like that kid? You like
Jesus.
that kid from the movie Orphan? Like that syndrome where like. You're
Except I don't have a
actually-
syndrome, I'm not an orphan. I forgot about it. No, what are you talking about? I did watch a lot of Gilly. He was probably one of my favourite players growing
okay.
up. But I don't really remember Steve Waugh that much.
In 9, I've gone Dennis Lilly.
Oh,
Okay.
that's low, I reckon.
You reckon that's too low?
But yeah, that's
He's iconic. I loved him as a pace bowler myself. Sort of idolise him.
who
even
bowls
though I think
quicker,
it's,
you or DK?
Definitely DK. And DK had a bit more swag about him.
He did. He got the gold chain.
yeah, the
Oh.
gold
Marcus,
chain.
Marcus with the
bouncing
fit back, and he's bowling.
Yeah,
quicker than-
true. If you had a good back, yeah.
But no, I've got Dennis Lilly in 9.
All right. What do we got? 8. I'll go next. I'll go AB, Alan Border. Obviously a great captain, great leader. Played a lot of tests. I had a look, it was over 150 tests. 53 average with the bat, which is
Skipper as
amazing.
well.
Skipper, but just great leader. Probably stiff to be that low, but when you got a lot of other guys averaging a slight bit more and probably played a few more test matches. But yeah, Alan Border is going to be in at my 8.
I've got the exact same stats.
Oh,
Guy.
what-
I
oh,
won't go too much
Jeez,
more.
go on, hold hands.
Nah, I'll delay that. He was thinking about it.
He both swapped eyes. That's funny.
But yeah, I won't go too much more into detail. I think you nailed
we
it
both
there.
covered him.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you got?
I've got Steve Smith in at 8.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, same sort of thing.
I'm
Leo.
so different to you guys.
even when Steve Smith retires, I still don't think he'll get above
Really?
these players.
I think I agree with that. Just because, like, I think he's a bit unconventional, and I think that probably marks him down a bit.
Unconventional, but will have one of
You
the
know,
best
like
averages in
hard
Test
school-
cricket for
hard-
Yeah, but
Australia.
like we look at averages and like, yeah, well done, but like,
We look at these icons
That's a
in
joke.
Australian cricket. We're known for like hardmen, and that's what
Yeah.
the others
Oh,
are.
okay,
Steve
big macho
Smith-
man over here. What does
No,
that
but
mean?
Steve Smith isn't
no, he's
a
right.
hardman.
Yeah, he's
He doesn't need to be because he just makes runs for fun. I don't know. I think you
not
guys.
recently.
Oh, no,
when
I
was his last Test century?
can't remember. But it doesn't matter. If he retired right now, he's still in the top
Top
few.
10, yeah.
Well,
This is
I'll
what
say
I'm-
later where he is on mine, but I think that's a joke. Anyway,
Okay.
what do we got next?
Seven.
I
keep
I'm
forgetting.
so rattled. Yeah, but I keep forgetting because I'm just rattled by you guys are shambles. Dennis Lilly. Sorry, I got Dennis Lilly next. Did I already say
Sure.
him? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Number 7, Dennis Lilly. We've already talked a lot about him, but yeah. He's in my number 7.
Greg Chappell comes in at 7 for me. I don't know too much about him, if I'm being honest, but
Yeah.
obviously had a fantastic career and was a fantastic player for Australia.
Yep.
I may have been a bit harsh on this guy at 7. I've gone Steve Waugh.
Oh, that's who I.
it's not
Yeah,
outrageous.
he's not far off mine. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously a great batsman. Again, another leader.
Yep.
Another hardman that we
He
talk
loves his
about.
hardman.
Yeah.
Do, mate.
He gets
We're
hard
Aussies.
talking about his interview. Yeah. Keep going.
Steve Waugh, 7, 6. That guy.
6. Let's quickly go. I've got Steve Waugh as well. As a hard man, as Marcus likes to say today for some reason. Absolute legend. So we've already talked enough about him, but he's in my 6.
I do too, so should we all hold hands?
Yeah. Apparently, like before. Yeah, Steve.
Well, no, I've got
Steve
him
Waugh.
in 7. So
Okay, who have you
Yeah,
got as
that's
your 6?
close enough.
my 6 is Greg Chappell.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
just sort of
We've
switched it
got
around-
pretty
switched it
similar
around.
lists.
6 to 10,
Like
yeah.
there's been obviously the Gilly stuff, but like
Yeah, you had Gilly 9 and Gilly
10. I
9.
said 10.
10. Yeah, that's a joke, mate.
Well, you got
That's
Steve
a joke.
Smith way too low. But anyway, what are we up to? 5.
Yes.
5. I don't
Keep
know.
up, mate.
I can't count. I can only count one way. I got Glenn McGrath. Probably very stiff to be this low, but I'm sort of leaning towards more of
So
the batters.
hang on, you've got Steve Smith better than Glenn McGrath.
Absolutely.
I don't agree with that.
I don't.
That's a joke.
I don't
Yeah.
care what you guys are saying. It's an opinion.
I told you to have Steve Smith top 3.
No, he's not top 3. He's not
so
top
he's
3.
got, he's got
He's
4th
fourth.
then.
I'll tell you later.
He's the 4th best player
So you think-
for Australia. Steve
Ever?
Smith. Ever.
It's an opinion. Everyone has them. Apparently,
Well,
your
it's
opinion-
wrong.
apparently
Wrong.
I can't. Apparently I can't. Yeah.
Let us know in the comments. Is
Stats guy an idiot.
Steve Smith above Glenn? Is Steve Smith a better player than Glenn McGrath?
It's
'Cause
obviously-
Stats guy thinks so.
Yeah. I can always just say what we're up to. We're up to 5. Glenn McGrath, the pigeon, absolute legend. Should be in everyone's top 6 or top 5. So I'm going to go Glenn McGrath.
Yeah, I got DK at 5.
Yep.
Similar to what Marcus said, just a fantastic bowler. Line and length all day, can't go wrong.
Yeah, well, I've actually got Glenn McGrath as well.
Oh.
At 5. He just so consistent, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Like he put a 50-cent coin on the pitch
He
and
could hit
it
every time.
single
Yep.
time.
Yep.
And honestly, even though he's taken a ridiculous amount of wickets, I still think he's underrated to this day in terms
Well,
of
clearly.
clearly, yes.
Clearly. Just
yes.
by some smart people, but that's all right. Yeah.
And I actually think I've got him the highest out of
Ooh.
so I'm not
Well,
underrated.
you do because we just both put him in at 5.
All right. Number 4. I'm confident this is number 4, Leo. Steve Smith. I think you guys are. I don't know if you're looking at recentness. From
You're looking at recency.
No, but he had time off. Even no player has gone to England like he did when he came back, made those back-to-back hundreds, absolutely dominated, won the Ashes on his own bat. I think he's so
We didn't
underrated.
win the Ashes.
What? Oh, we
Exactly.
We took the Ashes
Retained
home,
the-
retained the Ashes. Thank you.
That's like the not hard man way of winning the Ashes.
I don't get why they have to be hard and like macho and all that. I don't get what your theory on that is. I'm the stats guy. I know Marcus. I'm going off stats.
Yeah, but-
he's going to be up there in one of the best Test batsmen of all time.
I know, but
he should.
did any of these people on this list cry on live national television?
Oh.
Okay, I wouldn't go into that.
The only thing I could have put him higher was just because of the sandpaper incident. Obviously, that put him down a few ranks. But yeah, that
Oh,
was
So you're saying he could have been 1, but you put him down a few
not
ranks
one.
to 4.
Maybe top 3 is what I'm saying. Maybe top 3.
Jesus Christ. Also,
That is not a
before
bad
I
take.
say mine,
That's a-
can you say recency for me?
No, I said recentness for some reason instead of recency.
I lost it. For Glenn McGrath,
Yep.
as you said, he was just personified accuracy.
Yep.
Always hit the spot.
Legend.
Absolute legend of the game. And yeah, he probably stiff not to be top 3, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Does that mean we all got the same top 3?
Yeah, but I reckon it'll be different order. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a different, I reckon.
And this is where I put Gilchrist in at 4. So you had him at 10,
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
Gilchrist
It's
at
not-
4. He could do it across all
yeah.
formats.
That's more outrageous than
He sort of changed.
No, it's
I reckon
not.
he
No,
sort of
it's
changed the way Test cricket was sort of played
I'll
with
agree with that.
aggressiveness.
Baz Ball before Baz Ball.
He was.
Gil
he was.
Ball.
Gil Ball.
Don't say baseball in a top 10 Australia cricket.
I can say whatever I want.
No, I agree with Leo. He was the first attacking guy. Didn't he make the fastest ton originally in Test cricket? I think. I'm pretty sure. It was at the
Yeah.
Wacker, I believe, and he was just
Yeah, maybe I think
second,
looking back,
I
I think
think it was
9
the
is a
second
little
fastest.
bit low. I should have put him higher.
Probably
no,
Australia's
Gilchrist,
best wicket keeper,
very high.
but plus the batting. Maybe not in terms of just
Wait, what
wicket.
about
he
Tim
was
Payne?
sort of the
Tim
first.
Payne?
Gilchrist was sort of the first player to have not a specialist wicketkeeper someone who can keep and bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because it used to just be if you were
Gilchrist-
good at keeping, you could chuck him in 7, 8, 9, or even lower, 10.
Even
down
lower,
time.
yeah.
So yeah.
But
Yeah.
Gilchrist was like, you have to be a good batsman if you want to keep, and he sort of brought that in. So
Yeah,
four for
Gilly
me.
for 4. Yeah, all right, top 3, lads. This is where it gets interesting. It sounds like we have the same or similar players, but
Yeah.
it'll just be a
Yeah.
different order.
Yeah.
I'm going to go punter, Ricky Ponting, number 3.
Yep.
I feel like you could. He's probably stiff not to be 1 or 2. Australia's probably best ever batsman. He's got the most runs. I'm
think so,
pretty
yeah.
sure that's right. Just the iconic pull shot, my favorite shot, pull shot.
Yeah,
Just
pull shot and hook
literally,
shot.
all I
Yeah.
did was practice a pull shot every week just to try and be like him. He was an absolute legend
Yep.
and could score so many runs so easily. So he's my number 3.
Yeah, exact same. And
Punter?
for the reasons you said, stats
Yeah.
guy.
Legend.
Honestly, I think the current Aussies should look to him on how to play the short ball because
Yeah.
they just can't. He was an absolute class act.
Yep.
He was such a good player, and he's such a good cricket person.
Very
He's
smart.
very
The
knowledgeable.
commentary is nuts. Yeah.
I can see him being a future coach
Yeah.
of Australia.
I don't know
one
if
day.
he doesn't seem like he wants to, but I
I
reckon
think
in the
very
future he might.
enjoys-
Yeah.
There's probably more money in the punditry side of things as well.
Yeah,
to be honest.
maybe. Yeah.
What
do you got,
I
number
also
2?
have
Oh.
punter at 3.
Hunter at 3. All right. Number
Should
2.
we hold hands?
Yeah. No, apparently that's what he wanted to do before. Number 2, Shane Warne, the king. I was tempted to put him 1. I just think he's probably my favorite cricketer of all time. Obviously, the best spinner of all time, one of the best bowlers of all time, absolute legend, 700 and something wickets. I was lucky enough
700 and something.
Well, I can't remember. That was bad.
708.
708, that's right. I was there for his 700, so that's probably the best moment I've ever witnessed in sport was that 700th wicket. That was absolutely
Yeah.
awesome. And he just changed the game with his spin ball. And no bowler was that dominant, I don't think. So he's going to be my number 2.
Yeah.
Yep. I've got Don Bradman at 2.
Oh, the Don's rolling
The
his
absolute
grade.
Don.
He's
The-
like, what do you put me in number 2?
Absolute legend, average close to 100.
Yeah.
But I just think Shane Warne, like, he's Australian cricket. Like, to me,
Yeah.
he is the first player I think of when you say Australian cricket.
Okay.
Absolute epitome of legend when it came to just like when you were like
On a
watching
night out.
On a night out as well, yeah.
when you were like watching the Big Bash and he would just talk through his wickets.
Yeah, and
that
he's
is
bowling
like-
around people's legs and stuff.
That is
Oh,
just class.
it
Like
is,
he is, in my opinion, the best Aussie of all time.
Yeah.
I kind of gave away
Yeah,
my one.
I
but
don't think
No, that's all right.
I think I agree because I think I got Shane Warne second.
Yeah.
Oh, same. Yeah.
So, but I think out of everyone on this list, he was the only one that could make like the best batsman in the world look terrible and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
embarrass him.
Like make them look like they have a bad technique, which they don't. It was just more the way he was
could,
spinning
He
it,
could
yeah. Mm-hmm.
absolutely embarrass the best batsman in the world like it's nothing.
Yep.
And he was just ridiculous and his personality as well sort of puts him up the list
Yeah.
a little bit as
Yep.
well, in my opinion. Because we just need more personalities like that. Everyone's so, especially nowadays, robotic.
Yeah,
and
in sport,
Not
it's
hard.
very
yeah.
media trained.
Yes.
Whereas Warney
Do what you want.
did
80s
whatever
baked
he
beans.
he's
drank
under
a lot of beers.
like Skull once said.
Yeah, Skull, yeah.
His jocks were on the floor most of the time. he was just
Great character.
Rip
Yeah.
Warne.
Yeah,
Warne.
RIP. Let's go into number 1, the Don. Got to be into the Don. I can understand Warney maybe, but the Don has to be number 1. Averaged 99.9. Everyone knows that in cricket. All the cricket fans know that. Needed to obviously get 4 runs in his last ever innings. Only made a duck.
I don't think he made a duck. I think he made one.
Oh, he might have made one.
He actually made a run.
Oh, okay. He made a run. He needed to make 4 in his last innings
Yeah.
to average 100. So imagine how gutted you would be. That 99.9 just staying there forever.
No,
I'm pretty sure he made a duck.
he made a duck,
Yeah.
but it was my fault. I was thinking people always say he only needed to make one. but he
Yeah, it
needed
was
to
4.
make-
Yeah, he needed to make 4.
He needed to make 4.
Which would be usually easy for him. He was an absolute star. I've actually got a signed bat by him when I was born. Little bat that I still have that says "Best wishes on a long happy life." So what a legend!
Jeez.
Glad I've got that. Might have to sell that somewhere.
Nice
Nah, I
little
would never sell
Make-A-Wish.
that. Yeah, I'm not even letting you.
How old were you when you got that?
Oh, it's like
20?
No, no, he was long gone by then. He was. I don't think he would have been alive when I was young. So yeah, when I was just born.
Because Leah's got different, I'm just going to say right
The
now.
Don as well?
I got the Don as well.
Yep.
Number 1.
Yep.
Yeah, 99.94.
Bloody
statistics.
awesome, yeah.
You think of like anyone in the world, you ask who's the best cricketer of all time, and then more often
He's
than not,
in the
people
top
would
few,
say
yeah.
Don Bradman.
Yep.
Well, you're both wrong. It's Shane Warne. As I said, he, to me, first player I think of when you say Australian cricket. And yeah, as you said, just his ability to make people look so stupid and like they've
Yeah.
never held a cricket bat before.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
And for someone who's sort of came into playing cricket late, as
He did.
well,
He
'cause
was on St Kilda's.
he was on
youth
St
list,
Kilda's,
the under the
yeah,
reserves
he
list.
was in like the final 3, and then he got cut. He got cut from the St Kilda. He didn't make the final squad.
Yeah,
or
did you see
whatever.
that doco?
Yeah.
Not doco, the show about him. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
and,
got into depth about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously took up. He was always good at cricket, but took it up professionally
yeah.
and really
Dominated.
Yeah, really.
He
had
never
go on
took
it.
a fiver until he played for Australia as well, which is a cool little.
And he wasn't.
little
Really,
stat.
he wasn't truly a leg spinner either, was he? He was a batsman.
Well, he was in
Originally?
for St Kilda. He played for. He was a really good batsman, like just
Yeah.
in Premier level. That's a lot of Test players though. They could all like open.
Steve
and-
Smith was a
Yeah,
spinner.
the
Yeah.
reverse Steve Smith.
Reverse Steve Smith, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
pretty much,
yeah. Steve
yeah.
Smith was the next Warnie apparently, and then he
Jeez.
turned into the next Don.
Well, they're both blonde.
Yeah,
so
they're
maybe
both- yeah,
maybe
yeah.
his offspring of Warnie.
Yeah, possibly,
knows?
possibly.
There's a high chance of that if you know Warnie.
All right.
Can't believe you have Steve Smith at full.
Well, let me know if you agree with me. If you don't agree with me,
Gilchrist at 10 and 9. That's
Great.
ridiculous.
Yeah, well, let us know how we went in the comments. If I was completely wrong with Steve Smith, if the Don should be number 1, if Warnie should be number 1, where Gilly should be, or anything else. Let us know in the comments.